Ooh, chiller. Hey, silly dog. Oh, what a goofy dog. What a goofy little douche. Yes. Yes. Yes, the boy, yes. Come on. Oh, yes, yes. Hello. Oh, stretch boy. Oh, that's Bubble. Hey, buddy. Oh, you stretchy boy. Look at Cyril. Look at you, you sweet little chunk. You sweet little chubunga bunga. Look at you. You big stretchy boy. Squishy face. She got a smushy little face, yes you do. Look at you. Look at you. Oh my god, dude. You goof. Thanks. Well, you just bonked the fucking Bluetooth on your head. You really are a goof. My lord. What a goofy dog. Come on. Come on, brain. Wake up. Wake your ass up, brain. Here. Here, I'll put a couple things up. Get a bowl loaded up. Check out some of the shit for today. All that fun stuff. I actually do have fucking some check out a little bit. If anything, it's a little aggravating. If anything else. But here. And found your bean slow right now. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Get some music going on in the background, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna look at that later. Oh my god, that was funny to look at. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be looking at that in a minute. Oh my god, that's a treat. Oh man, I just saw a fucking treat, a delicious one. Definitely gonna save that for a minute. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Come on, wake up, bitch. What's this? Spitfire Nightmares 2022. Check this album out. I get some bowl smoked up. About to head out, but I figured I'd pop in. What's up? Yeah, I'm just chilling for a little bit before going to work for a minute. It's one of my days off, but essentially after 6 it's just going to be our China cook until 8, which I think is fucked, honestly. And it's because the store director basically is making him do that, so that's a little shitty. So part of me wants to at least help him close, so I'm at least going to, help him for a few hours. But beyond that, I'm just like, I ain't doing shit today. If anything, actually, I was wanting to delve into something that I saw on the Portland subreddit that one of my friends actually sent me as well, and it honestly just kind of pisses me off considering the fucking just like general consensus people feel about it when it comes to this article I saw. Never cook something only after you've done, and someone asks what you make, and then you're like, I don't really know. Honestly, yes. There's been times I've made, pasta, meat, and eggs all together, and, not sure what I really made. It's like, oh, well, I have a sunny side up, and, some slices of beef in here with some pasta and sauce. What is it? Fuck if I could tell you. I really couldn't tell you. It's just like steak, pasta, and egg all mixed together in something that's actually pretty good, but nonetheless, couldn't tell you. So yes, I legit, actually, yes. Unironically, so. Yeah. Oh wait, what's this? Oh shit, fucking Venom, trimmed up a little bit. He's just sent me a picture of him, rocking his goatee and shit. Damn, son. I like how he's actually sneaking long hair as much as his stepdad doesn't want a long hair foot or whatever the fuck in his house, but yet he's sneaking it with a mullet. I can see it back there. I'm seeing a mullet slowly forming in that shit. That's the excuse to have long hair in the South. Have a mullet. Can you just be like, well, Uncle Jim Bob Thornton over there has a mullet. You're gonna tell him he's a queer? Like, excuse me. Fuck you. It's like, there you go. Boom. Mullet. Besides, mullet's slowly coming back in style. I actually would approve of that. Because I've noticed, at least around here in the PMW, people actually do legit rock it and rock it pretty well. So, yeah, it's like, you wouldn't have to do much with it. Just let the hair back grow out a little bit and just kind of style up the front. That's it. Because I want to, maybe do a little bit of a pompadour thing, maybe, with mine. If I were to, keep this, extra thin down, and then just, let this be long, but not how it is now. And just, let it slick back, or maybe kind of curl to the side or something, and just let the rest be long. Something like that. I've thought about it, but I haven't really committed to it at all. Rich and I was making some broccoli and shrimp, and then for whatever reason I threw in rice noodles, creamy mushroom, chicken broth, garlic and onion powder, Tajin seasoning, and sriracha. I don't know what you're trying to make there, but that does sound good. Anyone who tries to cut my hair loses a finger? Yeah. If anyone does that to me personally without my consent, yes. If I commit to an idea and I'll go have it professionally done. Not just some random schmo do it. Well, that's just myself. But then the only person at fault would be me. Get my bowl loaded up there. Take the hair that you cut off and use the stick to shove it down their throat. Well, I mean, it depends how much that they cut, I suppose. Because depending, I mean, if you only have like a small clump, they ain't really gonna do shit. But if you have a huge clump, that ain't gonna digest and it's gonna clog up that stomach. So, get a big clump. Hey! Doc with the goatee, Husky MC. Hey, what's up? Saw that pic you sent me back. You clean up a little. Look good. Actually, like, honestly, I'm noticing that you still are kind of trying to sneak long hair a little bit. I think you're sneaking it via, like, a mullet almost. Because I saw it back there a little bit. I saw some curls back there popping out. My hair goes down the middle of my back. Mine is just about there. It's about, like, I'd probably say at least, like, down to where my shoulder blades are, like, right around here. If you can even see that, actually. Like, right around, right here, about. That says a mullet is acceptable. Fucking called it. I knew it. A mullet's fine. You can have the hair in the back as long as you want, but the front needs to be as manly as possible. So it could be a mullet. Oh my god. Of course. Let me go on right here real quick. Find the thing that I was looking at earlier. Here, where was that little thing? Alright, let's go to the point of stuff ready, because I know that's where it was. I committed a cardinal sin, ignore I didn't use shaving cream. I don't really do that either. I mean, I have an electric razor, so... I mean, with that, I don't really need shaving cream. Ugh. Well, this is Portland in a nutshell concurrently. Smoky. This isn't fog, this is smoke, because the air pollution is so fucking bad. Nice building art, though. But, yeah. Ugh. Gross. That just looks horrible. Let's see. What a 24.6 billion Kroger Apple merger give me for Oregonians? I'm actually curious to see what people have to say in here. A combined company is going to have tremendous resources and can cut costs. They're not going to do that. Together they could dominate a marketplace because they're going to have so many locations, have so much money, and they'll be able to afford to buy cheaper. But I think there are questions that need to be asked, like whether cutting costs and their savings will go towards lowering consumer prices, or is it going to go back to stock buybacks? Oh, we know where those savings are going to go. Once the prices are up for things, they're never coming down, at least not until virtually no one can afford to buy the products. Investors stop seeing a 24% increase in share price as they did this past year. Yeah, basically. Shut up! Bruh! Get over here. Sit, 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 sit. Attaboy. There you go. I thought more hair is manlier, so shouldn't long hair be standard for guys. If anything, by that, a lot of women should be bald, which, hey, I've seen hot bald chicks work that chemo girl. Sorry, that was awful. I mean, maybe a little bit. I mean, honestly, I've seen women who are, like, short-haired or bald that are, you know, pretty attractive and and sexy as fuck, so... I mean, yeah, and honestly, like, there's, like, dudes with long hair the same way. So, it's just, like, I just, like, curious and shocker. There's, like, there isn't a gender norm when it comes to hairstyle. Shocker. inflation is an excuse for corporations to be excreted. Yeah. Which pretty much is like what that Reddit comment was saying. Let's see what the other wants to say. There's absolutely no way the FTC should ever allow this to happen, so I expect it to be quietly rubber stamped shortly after the midterms. Yeah. Let's see what else people say. There's a bit in there about how from August 2021 to August 2022, Kroger profits went up 13.7%, which is interesting to me because I just saw a report from September 2021 to September 2022. Food prices went up 13%, purportedly, of course, due to inflation, but I'm sure it sounds like a lot like price gouging. Yeah, because it is. So it says everyone's just like, what the fuck? Why is this being allowed to pass? This shouldn't happen because it's gonna be price gouging. Things gonna be shit. Like everyone's hating this. Everyone's hating this whole Kroger Albertsons thing. At least from what I'm reading. At least on the Portland subreddit. Think of the inner southeast alone. There's 2 Safeways and a Freddy's within a 2-mile radius, plus the other Safeway down in Woodstock. I know what they're talking about. I know where they're, these locations. There's no way that single owner would want to keep all those open, and I can't imagine a competitor who would want to take them over, given that the area is already pretty well serviced for supermarkets. They are, honestly. But it's basically monopolized at this point. Basically, some genius buys the Hawthorne Fred Meyer and puts everything back where it was before the god-awful remodel. There used to be 80 Safeways in. After the hostile takeover in the 80s, they started closing stores. Now there are like 7 left. That's true. Like, I remember when I first started working like 7 years ago, it was just before the Albertsons Safeway merger. Just before that happened, I think like a couple months, actually. And it didn't fully go into total fruition and didn't fully complete until about like a year later. And yeah, like there was definitely some shit that was fucked, after the merger and shit, including stores, mainly Safeways, closing down. So at least before I was working there was at least like 2 Albertsons and 3 Safeways within the general vicinity. Now there's really just like 2 Safeways. The one on Woodstock that one comment was mentioning earlier, and mine. Oh, and a Winco. Forgot to mention the Winco. But yeah, there's also like a Winco not too far away, but that basically leaves like from about 5 to 6 grocery stores to now about 3. So it's basically like the amount of stores around here that people can go to is basically just cut down to half, which does not make things any better, especially supply chain wise when it comes to the current stores that are still open, and for the people that get laid off or transferred into these other stores, and for the customers that are going to these places to get their shit because they're not going to exactly be too pleased that they have to travel a little farther for that shit. Thus, put more money out of their pocket because they have to buy things like gas and shit like that too. Yay! It's as if, monopolies and shit like that legit, unironically, fucks everybody. Besides the people that, curiously enough, profit off of that. Can you believe that trolley pads and ceramic plates together add up to roughly $250? Yeah. For, like, good quality ceramic plates and shit like that, yeah. Trolley pads, yeah, like, all together, yeah. For, like, good quality ones. Hey, what's this? Public employee unions, interest groups once again target voters searching for unbiased information with official looking Oregon voter guide? Huh? Sure, this is scammy, but when you assess the state's voter guide have unbiased information, it's made up entirely of statements from candidates and people in favor of or opposed to ballot measure. Yeah, like, huh? I'll read this article, see what actually is being said in this. Like, huh? It's a little confusing. Oregon voters seeking information about the November election are likely to see a website called the 2022 Oregon Voter Guide at the top of their online search results, ahead of the state's official voters guide. The website, thanks to paid advertising, is the top result when people search specifically the Oregon Voters pamphlet in Google. Many voters might not realize that the online guide is an official state voters guide, and people who created the Oregon Voters Guide use initial sounding language, for example, listing where the 3 leading candidates for governor graduated from college. This homepage features a picture of Oregon's envelope with its official election mail marking. So, where's the Union Park come into play? Hey! Zukov! Hey! The Oregon Voter Guide is not nonpartisan, neutral. It's funded and designed by a subgroup of Democratic allies, progressive groups, and okay, so I'm seeing where the problem is. So basically, there's like super PACs and fucking, you know, like Democratic super PACs are essentially funding this. Which I'm not necessarily too surprised. From the House, the Senate Democratic caucus PACs to the service employees of the National United Union and statewide and National Teachers Union state record show. So it's like the ran or like funded by multiple groups. And the Oregon Government Service website lists multiple laws that Team Kotek helped to pass, but only lists bills that Republican Christian Drass and unaffiliated candidate Betsy Johnson blocked during their time as state legislator. Yeah, because they're shitbags, and they're horrible. You know what? I'm starting to not have any problems with this. It's like, yeah, because Christian Drazen is the psychopath that basically wants to just, like, overturn shit and just, like, block shit that actually would mean a thing, and Betsy Johnson's literally just there to be a spoiler. Who's also a hardcore anti-union and a fucking, like, pro-CEO and pro-corporate, too. So it just sounds like, you know, like somebody who's more favor of Betsy Johnson or Drazen is just, like, butthurt because, oh no, Democrats united to have, like, a coalition to, like, kind of go against them a little bit. Yeah, let me try to find the thing I was looking for. Okay, what in the fuck is going on outside for him to keep barking off? Hey! Knock it off! God damn, dog. Fuck. You don't have to bark at every tiny fucking little noise. I mean, shit. And where is that fucking post I saw? Because I know what it was about. It was basically like this case of this 97-year-old lady that has like some of her like at least I think like 2 of her kids with her as a way to essentially I found it. Here it is. It's actually my friend Rip City fucking posted it on here. It's like Mary Louie Austin said that the Pollard family told them they could stay there until the mother, 97-year-old Mary Austin, died. Bishop William Marcus Pollard, whose mother owned the house until she died on February 2021, said the deal was that the Austin family could stay until the house until the mother died. Which, if that's the case, then her being kicked out is a fundamental fucking problem. But basically, my buddy Rip City, like, obviously, you know, like, being critical about this and, you know, being a major advocate for public housing and shit is literally being, like, endlessly fucking downvoted. Like, consistently. So you got this dork who's just like, sounds like a valuable lesson of why contracts need to be put in writing. And it's just like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, it means that, you know, we need fucking proper fucking housing and shit, which my friend mentions. In fact, let me downvote this fucking comment. Fucking idiot. I agree. I love this idiot, though. It's like, I agree, but I don't agree that it's the property owner's responsibility to provide it. Yes, it is. If they're a parasitical landowner who does nothing but, like, make profit off of someone's necessity to have a roof over their head, then they should bear the burden. Fuck them. If that's the service they're going to provide, which is having to, you know, we're just renting a roof over someone's head, they get to deal with those burdens. But it's just like, you might have to if the options are that or kick her to the street. Absence of a perfect solution doesn't mean the homelessness is the default. And then you got this scumfuck. It's like renters are not entitled to the home in which they live. It's just like they're entitled to a roof over their head, and if they're renting a fucking property, then thus that means that's the roof that they're, you know, entitled to because they're renting the property. So yeah, they are. Like the owners of said property are giving, you know, rental ownership of that property to somebody else by financial compensation. That's what renting is. It's like, yeah, technically they still own the property or whatever, but they're letting that ownership essentially basically being, you know, like, given to the fucking renter. Because, well, they're the one living in it. And obviously, you know, when it comes down to it, like, you know, the landowner should be and fundamentally needs to be responsible for making sure that the place is maintained and kept up. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it is their land. Fuck you, we're paying. What's the worst case scenario for the Oregon legislature? Drazin becomes fucking governor, and some of these Republicans, you know, running are, you know, could win. But the thing is, honestly, I don't think that would happen. The worst case scenario for Oregon's, like, race and shit, at least for the election, is, I mean, not likely, honestly. Especially considering there's now, like, a coalition against Drazin at this point, last second. Matt has some good ideas about landlords. Yes, he did. If someone gives you this, wrap your hand in steel chain and then punch him in the face. What's this? Irish Spring? Yeah. Oh, would not. I already clicked wood by the time I realized it was soap. That's soap? No shit. Yes, it is. Like, do the motherfuckers not see the Irish Spring in the background? I'd try it. No. Alright, like, here, let's go for more of these fun fucking little comments. I mean, is there reason to think they can't afford housing? So here's like some things that my friend responded with. Pastor Tate has been helping them navigate the situation for the past few months. Finding the right affordable housing right now is not an easy thing. They can't afford to pay $2,000 a month rent. The homeless population is where it is now, and part of it is because some people are forced out. The article, the market rate is for a 3-bedroom place is over $2,000. Unless the city steps in or they're placed in an affordable housing unit, there would be either forced into homelessness or cramped conditions. Either scenario has huge decreased quality of life. Yep. Shut the fuck up! And of course, this stupid bitch wants to try to, like, think they got a reboot on it. It's like, there's a big difference between can't afford anywhere to live and can't afford to live where I want to live. We don't really have any idea how much they can actually afford, but if they could afford $1,000 12 years ago, it's hard for me to believe they can't afford $1,400 today. Bullshit. Yeah, it actually is easy for me to believe because, yeah, there's a thing called price gouging that fucking corporations do that fuck over poor people. While they maximize their fucking profits and shit. Like, no. Like trying to rent a place, you know, from 12 years ago to $1,000 to $1,400 now, considering that shit is not exactly fucking affordable. So, no. Bullshit. Assuming at least one of them gets Social Security at minimum $950 from just one person. It's... yeah. For a fucking month, by the way. So you expecting that person to just put $950 a month into fucking rent? It's like, go fuck yourself. It's like, I mean, this is the reason why I honestly don't like Portland in a lot of ways. It's not really because of, you know, like, anything about it in the culture and shit like that, but because of the fucking class divide and shit. There's so many, specifically white, upper class and middle class fucking pieces of shit, NIMBY, neoliberal conservative types that, you know, have this holier-than-thou progressive mentality and shit, but fundamentally are just, you know, just another fucking neoliberal centrist social conservative that, you know, just wants to fucking brush, you know, the poor impoverished people in the city, you know, under the rug because, oh, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, come on. It's like, you can't expect a handout now. Like, give me a break. Come on now. And the Portland suburb is just full of these fucking, racist fucking privileged ass fucks. Because, like, I mean, it's like they always bemoan and cry about how, like, homeless people terrorize, the streets and shit, and about how they, like, are just gonna, like, fucking shoot up and probably, try to, attack you immediately right after or some shit, and just, demonize them, essentially being like, oh, normally, like, a couple years ago, like 5 years ago, I would have had empathy, but I just have a, empathy fatigue, because, it's a thing. It's just like, fuck you. It's like you never had any empathy to begin with and shit. You're just sick of it because you're done looking at it. And you're done being annoyed by it because the fucking peasant, homeless, serfdom folk, and shit are annoying you. It's like, get fucked, you privileged white asshole bitch. Oh yeah, now it's like corporate tax cuts. Yeah, exactly. And these same motherfuckers are, beg for, handouts themselves, like getting tax cuts so they can, have more of their fucking retirement plans, and so their fucking fat ass incomes, can stay maximized. If you hate it, solve it. Exactly. Which is why, my friend, unlike him, being hella downvoted on this shit, because everyone, like, half of the fucking people on the subreddit are just like the white upper class privileged fucks I'm bitching about here. They don't want to actually have any accountability. They don't want to actually fucking fundamentally change anything outside of just go further down towards, like, a conservative law and order, criminalize homeless people route. Which is what they advocate for. I mean, and if you call them out and get a little hyperbolic and basically say that what they want to do is just, like, essentially just, like, either brush homeless people off to the side or essentially just, like, kill them off, then they will get immediately triggered and fucking butthurt, being like, what? Well, you really think I believe that? Wow. Hyperbolic is so emotional and immature of you. It's like, fuck off. I'm not the one demonizing homeless people, bitch. I actually, am empathetic to their fucking plight. Because I actually care about humanity. Oh, like this fucking comment right here that I happen to be on. Your heart's in the right place, but you're asking for too much. Oh, asking for affordable housing and public housing, to be, pushed, when it comes to policy in the city. You're asking for too much. Ugh, how are we going to pay for it? And it's literally the same argument there. They can afford another place, just not a 3-bedroom that they would stay in, quote, cramped conditions. How cramped are we even talking about here? I mean, which is, I don't know, if you have 3 fucking full-fledged adults and an old grandma lady who's 97 in a cramped fucking condition, that's not good. That's not, like, sustainable, and that's not, like, comfortable for anyone. Like, that's not, like, some sort of, like, oh, we have to penny pinch or some shit. That's just basically being forced into fucking, like, a project housing shit, where you're essentially, like, forced more and down towards the poverty hole. Oh, people think the solution to homelessness is walling off a district of the city and throwing them in. If you watch Deep Space Science, you know how that ends. The Bell Riots. Yep. Yeah, basically. Or, you could take a more real-life example, like the ghettos in Warsaw. Though I guess, granted, it's a little more of an extreme approach. Or extreme example. I love this. Isn't it a bit disingenuous to say they're kicking her off the streets, would you say? It's just like, no, it's not. But these fucks literally just, like, I mean, it goes on with these fucks. And basically, any of these comments that are downvoted are actually, usually good ones, outside of this one here. Well, let me find it. This one. Maybe they should have bought the house. You can't rely on something like that. It's just like, yeah, because people can just, afford a home. You know what I mean? George Conlon already solved this golf course. Oh, yeah, just put a bunch of nice, good old fucking golf courses around. I also know people who think prisoner or killing homeless is a possible solution. That's, yeah, I guarantee you so many of these fucking people would. It's sad and unfortunate, but this also get relocation pay and having 3 people who presumably have incomes, so they and can use this opportunity to downsize and maybe to maybe a 3-bedroom or maybe even 2 instead. A lot of people are underhoused right now, which yeah, that's the problem. But you know, it's just like, oh, but that's like an opportunity to downsize because a lot of people are underhoused. It's like, fuck off, like give me a break. It's like such a condescending like fucking mentality about it. I'm not sure what else the solution would be. Let them stay there. Let them stay in the fucking house. Dipshit. I love this one who's purposely just trying to fucking smear him. It's like, hey, Unified Chungus, your keyboard activist is really quite amazing. Assuming you don't have a job of this much time on Reddit. Which is hilarious considering that, yes, he literally fucking, oh my god. Says the guy who doesn't have a job and is on fucking Reddit. It's like, Jesus Christ. I love Reddit sometimes. You're a good soul, but unhinged on how the way the world works. It's like, what? It's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, this shit just goes on forever. It's absurd. I mean, I've put my 2 cents into these things too, and I guarantee you my shit's hella downvoted too, honestly. How can anyone justify this? Well, apparently about, like, a bunch of people downvoted you, so apparently it's justifiable. So, you know, white privilege, fucking upper class Portlanders. That's why. They especially, you know, especially considering that it's a poor black family too that's getting fucked over by it. Which even, and you know, like, honestly just rubs it in even further considering that I guarantee you all these people being like, oh, well, you know, if they just, you know, downsize or just, you know, relocate and blah, 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 all this condescending bullshit, absolutely fucking guarantee you, like, every single one of them is a white as fucking snow. And yet they want to fucking lecture, you know, this, like, poor struggling black family about, like, you know, pulling themselves by the bootstraps and shit. It's like, go fuck yourself. It's like, what? It's like, they're getting, like, a relocation fee in, like, 90 days and stuff like that, you know, It's like, yeah, and guess what? If they don't find a place in that time, they're homeless. Dipshit. It's like, geez, and considering the fucking housing market in Portland in itself and the greater Portland metro area, and yeah, it's gonna be extremely difficult for, like, 4 people to, you know, to find a fucking house. Or a decent-sized apartment to live in, which, an apartment big enough for 4 people, I mean, show me that. I probably couldn't afford rent in Portland back when I was renting. After rent and bills, I was looking to have $100 to feed myself for the month, let alone other things. Yeah, and that's with fucking Alabama. And that's why, honestly, at least, you know, for, like, when it comes to housing and shit, and when it comes to, renting, it just needs to be totally fucking reworked. And honestly, why public housing is so goddamn fucking important. Sukov, fuck, bro. Man. Well, I think I can see why there's a lot of fucking horrible air pollution. This the Nokia Creek fire going on right now. Taken, I think, yesterday. Jesus fucking Christ, look at that. Good lord, dude. Well, you know, that's totally not this, you know, it says 2,000 acres and growing. Ugh. This is really close to Motorola Lake. Air Prime Cove. I'm west of the fire and I'm currently in level 1 evacuation, holding my breath. It doesn't look like the evacuation map has been updated since yesterday afternoon, so I guess that's good news. Or not. Oh, I guess so. The evacuation zones have shrunk down. We were in level 2 last night, now outside the evac zones. Well, I guess that's good at least. Nakia Creek Fire, thankfully not windy today. As yesterday, this fire blew up so much. Does it have the game Snake? For Botch Shadow, where the edit button via mobile. Yeah, can't edit titles on Reddit, unfortunately. Is this cross-posted from r/Finland? More like r/stand back and watch. Okay, whatever. Just stand back and watch. Yeah, man, yeah, what else can you do, honestly? Wish I had common houses like in Austria where apartments are super cheap provided by Gov. Yeah, I think like 60% of housing in Austria is publicly owned. Which is based. Because that actually, means that there's a guarantee fucking means of housing when it comes to people affording that shit. That built tons of affordable housing and renting it for cheap. Yeah. I mean, honestly. Like, they basically kind of took, like, the whole, like Soviet, like, apartment block idea, but, modernized them and put more amenities in them, basically. Like, a lot of these affordable housing areas have, like, a lot of things, like little parks, that surround the apartment blocks and stuff, like, pools, like little ponds and shit like that. Masks really help against the cold. My face feels like 5 degrees warmer now. I wish it would be cold over here. But it's not. So, boo. Fair excuse for why we can't force stuff like that is here. Those countries are small and homogenous. Which basically, honestly, fundamentally just, like, shows some of the racism of the fucking people that are, claiming that. Because, like, Austria, yeah, I suppose, is, like, predominantly, well, Austrian, I guess. That doesn't mean it's, like, a homogenous society. Like, they definitely have minorities and, it's a diverse group of people there. Like, they're basically in the middle of fucking Europe for a country. Like, they're gonna have, and also they are very diverse ethnically because Europeans don't all see themselves homogenously. Like, only Americans think that. Like, Austria is, like, populated full of Italians, Germans, German Austrians, fucking Hungarians, Polish, fucking French. Like, Austria is populated of all sorts of different groups. It's like, just because they're all white doesn't mean they're fucking homogenous. It's like, if you want to look at a country that is, like, homogenous, or at least the closest to one, but still is base as fuck either way, and still at least has, diversity of, different people there anyway, it would be fucking Iceland. But they actually advocate, diversity in their country and shit because they understand that more homogeneity means more likely for genetic mutations and shit like that within their population, and they don't want that because they also don't have a lot of people living there. So they want people moving there that are of, different backgrounds and different, like, ethnic, genetic makeups and shit. Whatever you do, never say Austrians are basically Germans. I did that on Austrian subreddit and got corrected real quick, Lamau. Well, yeah, because Austrians and Germans are ethnically different people. They're Germanic, but that's about as close as they are to being German. They're Germanic people, but that's it. Like, yeah, they're distinct. Even though ethnically they're basically Germans. Well, yeah, that's what I mean, because they're Germanic. Like, Germans, like, at least, some Dutch, like, or Belgians are, at least in some extent, Germanic. Scandinavians, like, especially the Danish, are very Germanic. Fucking, at least, like, Western Polish, I'd imagine, are more Germanic in comparison to Eastern Polish, who would probably be more Slavic, so... Like, there's a large swath of different ethnic backgrounds in Europe that are Germanic, and Austria is one of them. Reminds me of Dave Chappelle, a joke where he calls it Korean Chinese. That's another funny thing. It's like, I love how, like, some of these, like, race types who think, like, these other countries are homogenous as fuck really aren't. Or, like, these different regions of the world are. And it's just like, no, they're not. Like, not at all. I mean, because, like I mean Asia especially, like China alone like has, I don't even know how many different like ethnic groups that live within China, or at least like the that general region. Like there's the Uyghurs, there's Tibetans, there's the Han, there's the Wu, there's honestly way more than I am even aware of. Like honestly, there's all sorts, all sorts of different like ethnic backgrounds just in China alone. And same with Japan. Like there's different. I mean, not so much anymore, I guess, but at least like throughout Japan's history, it also had a diverse different amount of like different groups that are now basically likely Japanese, but because of like the different islands or different parts of the bigger islands or the big mainland island they're on, they would have a little bit of a different ethnic makeup. Some people just look like, we just don't get bent out of shape. We just call those people police. Yep. Or blue. Honestly, it might be the Alabama in me talking, but Chinese people sound the same to me, especially when speaking English. I mean, a little bit, but there is kind of a grain of truth to it, but it's mainly because of the different language dialects and the different like accenting that's done with like the different languages, and like when it comes to Mandarin or Korean and Japanese, stuff like that. Like so thus when speaking another language, they're gonna overlap a lot of the accents and a lot of that dialect over. So I mean, it's like there's a hint of truth to that, but it's more like dialect and accent more so than they just happen to be from a region. Like, I mean, if I was born and raised in China looking like this, I mean, I'd probably do the same thing, So it's more of just like, because of like the accenting and regional language dialect and shit. It's kind of like how Minnesotans are like diet Canadians with their dialects. I'm from Minnesota, eh? They just don't say sorry as much. So it's like, I mean, it's all like, I think, regional dialect there. I think that's where it comes into play. I don't think it necessarily has to do with, the fact they are just Chinese or this or that or something. I miss Filthy Frank. I mean, I heard he's a K-pop star. Yeah, he goes by Joji now. Joji Miller. And I've actually listened to some of his music, and it's pretty good. And honestly, like, while I do miss Filthy Frank, I'm not sad that, he's gone. I'm just happy that did happen. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, be glad it happened. Don't be sad it's gone. Besides, I mean, it's all still up, at least most of it is, and I know a lot of his content is re-uploaded on other channels, too, so, I mean, it's not like his content isn't gone, it's still out there, and plus there's that book that he did, Francis of the Filth, I think it was called, or the Book of, or I think it was called, like, the Book of Filth or some shit, I forgot what it was called, but I definitely I still want to get it, actually, if it's still for sale. Hold on, I'm gonna let my dog out really quick. But I'm hearing that scratchy scratchy at the door. You want outside, don't you? Hold on. How's that gate But at least from what I understand, the main reason why he stopped doing the whole Filthy Frank character was mainly because he suffered from from these from some, I forgot what induced it, but he would suffer from these seizures, and also doing the whole "Hey, what's up? My name's Filthy Frank," that voice, like that was fucking his throat up really badly. And I think he also had like some sort of a throat condition, as well. So that was making it way worse, And so he basically just literally for his own health, he wanted to continue pursuing his music career and shit. So I think, I know that he released the Pink Eye album, I think at least like within a year of him kind of making his bon voyage from the whole Filthy Frank, like, universe and shit. So, I mean, he was kind of slowly but surely already transitioning himself into music production and creating music and shit. Which, I mean, even in his very hardcore, satirical, parody, edgy music, I mean, it was legit good, and he had the talent. And honestly, back then, I was kind of thinking he should actually get further into music, and hey, he did. I mean, so, like, if anything, I'm still here to kind of see where he goes. I mean, who knows? He might get back into skits and shit, but he might not just do the Filthy Frank character. He might just do something different. I mean, he's still a young guy. Like, he's definitely got, a lot to do. I'm sure he's got other shit up his sleeve. Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker. I still love that meme. I'm not saying he should have stayed Frank. I'm just saying I miss the skits. No, I get you. I mean, I do too. But hey, the skits are, like I said, they're still there. You can still go back to them, you know what I mean? It's not like they're gone forever. Probation and parole were historically meant to help individuals involved in the justice system get back on their feet, but they've since become barriers that keep people trapped in poverty. Here's what needs to change to truly support those leaving jails and prison. Oh, so now this little YouTube video. I mean, honestly, yeah, that is true. I mean, and a lot of that, I think, just needs to do with just massively reforming our prison system into, at least as a start, as a transition to a more rehabilitative type of system, where there's heavy investment into the prison systems, where there's like job programs, trade programs, actual like counseling services, heavily expanded and invested into, like these type of things. If there was investments strictly and specifically for that type of shit, and like all in all, like, I mean, there would actually be, more rehabilitative rates of, people getting back on their feet, and less recidivation. Prisoners in Alabama went on strike for better conditions, got the crap beat out of them. Well, of course. God forbid if the workers strike, but oh no, if the prisoners do, beat them, they'll fuck them. It's like, of course. They should do a hunger strike. Strike's over because they got what they wanted, but they starved themselves and got physically beat for it. Oh, so they did do a hunger strike. That's what they did. Because honestly, for prisoners, that's really the only thing they could do is a hunger strike. Like, there's not really much they can do if they don't, like, get the shit beat out of them. And even then, they're liable for it anyway. So it's just like, yeah, go figure. At least they did get what they wanted, but, like, yeah, they still got the shit beat out of them, though. Which is honestly, sometimes it is what it takes. Like, I mean, like, which frankly, unfortunately, it's like, what fucking harm is, a prisoner who's already, like, purposely malnourished anyway, so they're kept weak? They didn't get what they wanted, I mean. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so, well, they better keep at it. Because everybody should have the right to fucking strike and fucking, to, like, say their piece and shit. Including fucking prisoners. Because they're still fucking human beings and you still deserve to at least be treated humanely to at least, the most minimal of fucking standards. Which is, like, not treat them like fucking shit, at the very least. It's like, even if you don't necessarily improve, like, their cells and shit, at least don't treat them like fucking trash, and don't treat them like they're the lowest fucking denominator of fucking society. And honestly, just then, you know, and with that, you know, honestly, like, I mean, the conditions in prisons would improve just with that alone. I mean, not entirely, but it would, you know, there would be an improvement. Apparently, Strikely just removed the solitary over this. Well, of course they were. Honestly, that, you know, I feel like is a given. So I hope they had at least, you know, other people who could be leaders who are, like, in the place of those that got moved. Because, of course, that the, you know, prisoners, the prison guards are going to do that because they don't want the leaders fucking continuing to incentivize and organize this. If they don't have leadership, then it's likely to fizzle out. That's their idea. And if, you know, and if it works, then they don't get what they want. But likely it probably won't, because you don't necessarily need, like, leadership to have a strike. It helps, but you don't necessarily need it. And if anything, you're probably just going to piss them off and want them to strike harder anyway, so. The only reason I know anything about this is I know a guy who knows the guy on the inside. So it's not even mentioned in media at all yet, or at least local news. I'm not surprised. They're going to want to keep that shit under the rug. Because if that got out and news spread about that, even locally in the state, it likely will spread. So they're going to keep that shit under. Could put an anonymous tip. Make it, you know, make it some news. Make it splash a little. Yeah, you should do that actually. Be like, hey, anonymous tip. Send some news reporters to this prison, see what's going on. You might find something. Wink, wink. Honestly, yeah, for me, like, personally, I'm like, if I was in a position knowing that information, I'd probably leak that to the local news station somewhere. And be like, hey, you could be the one to break this. No pun intended. Like, what the hell is this? Pakistan finance minister flips out in an airport? Kyle, what the hell? Alright, this video better be good. This better be good.
I think I found it, y'all. I found my favorite video.
Favorite video? Welcome to the USA? Wait, is this in America?
The finance minister...
Wait. The finance minister of Pakistan and his entourage arrive at an airport in America? My buddy already sent a tip to local news like a week ago and nothing came of it. Well, if they get another tip about that, then they might have some... They might see, like, oh, more people are telling us about this. Maybe there is something to it. I don't know. I'd probably, you know... If more people do it, the more likely they're going to probably, you know, check it out at the very least.
At an airport in the U.S. And I don't know why this happened. I don't know how this happened, but somebody was not too fond of them and said some words to them. And then homeboy flipped out live on camera for everybody to see. Let's watch.
Oh, is he recording the video? Oh no.
You are the job! Hey, shut your mouth!
What?
Fuck you right here, motherfucker! You don't know me! Don't motherfucker try to be smart ass!
What the fuck? What? Fuck you, American motherfucker. You don't know me, motherfucker. Trying to what? You respect yourself. What? What? Wait, what did he say? You don't respect yourself. What? Fuck yourself.
Oh yes.
Oh my
Best
god.
video I've ever seen in my life. I love how it gets so heated and so passionate, and then they just walk away. like if that was at a bar in New York City inside, like somebody would be getting their ass fucking beat, or somebody would be dead, right? They're screaming at the top of their lungs, and they just like casually break up. Okay, wait, I gotta watch this again. This is the best thing I've ever seen.
I'm still confused.
You are the joke, Hey, shut
You are the jerk, bitch.
I heard him say like, "You are the joke. You are the joke." That's
You
what
are the
I got
joke,
heard. You guys
bitch.
correct me if I'm wrong. Run it back just a touch.
That's what I heard.
You are lying. You are the joke, Hey, shut your
Yeah, you are the jerk, bitch. Hey, shut your mouth, motherfucker. Fuck you.
mouth. Don't shout. I fuck you right here, motherfucker. You don't.
Like, what did he say? Fuck you, haram motherfucker, or like, ham a mother? Like, what did he even say there?
Shut your mouth. Don't shout. I fuck you right here, motherfucker.
Oh, that's what he said. I fuck you right here, motherfucker. Whoa.
Motherfucker trying to be smart ass.
Don't motherfucking try to be smartass.
Fuck you right here.
Fuck you right here. He really wants to hate fuck this guy.
Motherfucker, you are fuck yourself.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad Kyle was able to translate that because I was still very fucking confused about what he was saying. Oh my god, okay, I'm so glad that Kyle fucking reacted to this. Holy shit.
Like this guy's following him.
Who's like the random pimp dude?
Here, motherfucker.
Like, hold on, who's like this random, like,
You are fuck yourself.
like, who's that dude with like the fucking sports, like, striped jacket or whatever the fuck?
Like this guy's following him. I fuck you right here, mother shitter. Oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. I gotta keep watching.
You are the joke. Hey, shut
You're
your
the
mouth.
chocolate beach?
Don't shout.
Don't
shout!
As he shouts.
I fuck you right here, motherfucker.
Oh my god!
What he's saying? I fuck you right here, motherfucker. Show me dick. I will see your dick. I will touch dick. What is he saying?
You don't know me.
Oh my god.
Hey, shut your mouth. Don't shout. I fuck you right here, motherfucker. You don't know me.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. I don't think this is ever gonna get old.
Don't motherfucking try to be smartass.
I fuck you right here.
I'd fuck you right here! I'll jump those bloody fucking pants of yours to the fuck you right here, motherfucker! It's like, goddamn, bro, he's so aggressive.
Show me your dick, mother shitter. I play with your dick. I fuck you right here. I caress you slowly while we hold each other, singing, whispering in each other's ears. I fuck you right here. More.
Shut your mouth.
Oh my god.
I fuck you right here, motherfucker. You don't know me. Motherfucker trying to be smart ass. I fuck you right here.
I fuck you right here.
Right here.
Right here! Over this bloody fucking area! I wanna fuck you here!
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself! The guy likes just I think he's been doing an accidental racism this entire time, but fuck, I am too, honestly. You know what? I feel like we could have a tiny little pass. I think we can make it a mild exception. I mean, just a little bit, because it's so fucking hilarious. I mean, oh my god. This is honestly pretty fucking hilarious. Like, I mean, the dude obviously has, like, some serious fucking anger issues or some shit, so, like, I mean, you know, I'm kind of okay with poking fun at the dude a little bit. Because this is pretty fucking hilarious.
Oh, good. The guy, I don't even know what the guy said. He said, what did he say at the beginning? I heard it at the beginning, but I don't remember. It was something like mild.
You are lying. You are the joke.
You're a liar. I think he was called a liar.
Either like you are the joke or you are the jerk.
Shut your mouth. Don't shout.
Don't shout.
Don't shout!
Fuck you right here, motherfucker. You don't know me.
You don't know me. I fuck you right here.
Motherfucker trying to be smart ass. I fuck you right here.
Oh man, I gotta bring back, you know, the soundboard thing where I like press a button and it plays stuff for. I gotta bring it back, and this has to be one that I do every
Wait, Kyle had a soundboard?
single fucking show.
Dude,
is the
Kyle
best thing
needs
I've
a
ever
sound.
seen.
I need a
I love
soundboard. Everyone needs a soundboard, damn it. You can't go wrong with a soundboard.
You are respect yourself.
You respect yourself.
Let's see the reactions. Well, what did I miss? The backstory, hatred from racists. Remind me of Tony and Ezekiel. Thank you for the morning laugh. The bouquets add such a nice touch to the language. Pakistanis and Indians are the best at arguing. It reminds me of this classic. Oh, so is that... So he's the Pakistan finance minister. I guess somebody's from India who's going after him there. Indian. Yeah, Pakistan.
Oh, so is it literally just like the old like beef that's between the two countries? Oh wait, so that's what started it?
That's beef.
Like I guess like a Indian dude happened to be at the airport, was like, "Oh, you're the Pakistani finance minister. Fuck you!" Like, and that blurted out into that cavalcade of absurdity. Like, I mean, like, I guess it makes sense, but oh my god, can they just like can Pakistan and India just like fucking like just like get over it and just like make love already? Like, seriously. Like, they already do that like crazy pop and circumstance border festival thing together, where it's literally like almost like a sports dance competition between the border guards and shit. Like check that shit out, actually. Like, the shit's honestly pretty fucking crazy. In a cool way, though. Like, I actually wouldn't mind checking it out myself and being there in person, because it honestly, weirdly enough, it looks like a fucking vibe. I mean, but it's all just basically because they're trying to one-up each other. It's like, well, it's like, get over it. Like, oh my god. It's like, I get it, like, there's contested shit because, like, Kashmir and stuff, but, you know, and all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. I get there's bullshit and diplomatic stuff, but, like, does it have to be, like, such, like, absurdity and, like, such tribalistic, like, back and forth nationalistic zeal that it's... Like, where both of you have nukes, could potentially launch them at each other, where you almost did once. I mean, like, for real.
Beef said, I fuck you right here, mother shitter! I fuck you right here!
Maybe that's the cure for it. Maybe they should.
Great. You're welcome. Just everybody's day. Alright, look, that's the end of the show. I love you guys. Subscribe on YouTube for more motherfucker, I fuck you right here!
Oh my god.
I'm on YouTube, so I fuck you right here.
Okay. If I wasn't subscribed to Kyle before this video, you definitely would have earned it then. But he's definitely earning a like out of that one. God damn it, Kyle. Oh my god. Was it a mild racism? Maybe. But, like, honestly, like, the only thing that it legit could, consider to be racist and stuff that I'm like, is, like, accents and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily think it's, like, that horrible if you're not doing it in, malintent and shit. It's like, if you're having a little fun like Kyle was doing, I think it's okay, I don't think it's like a big deal, but because I mean, that shit was fucking hilarious. You shut your mouth, or the fuck you that I give, motherfucker. I mean, fuck, it's like, oh my god, like, it got heated so quick, and then just, bloop, off they go. It's just such a short, hyper, like, aggressive little spat. You respect yourself! It's like, what? Was that meant to be an insult? You respect yourself, motherfucker. Oh my god. That's almost like someone hyper-aggressively giving you a pep talk. It's like, you fucking respect yourself! It's like, okay, God. It's like, okay, I will. Damn. That's just like, holy shit. Ugh. Oh my god, that was great. That's not gonna get old. I might have to watch that again later. Some dude just chucked a beer at me while I was walking on the side of the road. Well, that guy's a douchebag. So, man, what for anyway? It's like, hey, random person. Good chuck the beer. Fuck savages in this town. For real. It was years ago, but I actually remember once, like, some dude randomly threw a Slurpee at me as they were driving by. Like, some dude and, like, his dork, friend were driving by as I was walking down the street, and one of them decided to try to chuck a Slurpee at me, which did not even remotely get close to hitting me. It was, like, 5 feet ahead of me. Like, the person had the worst aim ever, apparently. But I could tell they were trying to hit me, though, because, like, at least his little friend was looking at me, like, just, like, giving me this look. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, the window's down and everything, dude's staring at me, and, I at least, had to make a little wise-ass call and be like, you missed. Because that's all I really had time to yell out, as they were driving away. Venom gave me a little thing. I would bet money they're conservatives. Probably. You start loving yourself as much as I love you. This is a threat. Okay, I can see why you sent me this. This is a fucking threat. You better fucking love yourself just as much as I love you, you son of a bitch. Pep Truck reminded me of that meme I Discord. Yeah. Yeah, it's accurate. You better start loving yourself as much as I love you, motherfucker. Respect yourself. Don't shout. Oh my god. Man, I gotta love humanity sometimes. I hate and love humanity at the same time. Yeah, but at least for the instance that happened to me when I got a Slurpee chucked at me, I think it was really just a bunch of dorky fucking high school kids that probably recognized me and were just like, yeah, it was just throw it at this kid because he looks like a dork. I think that was probably just it, so... At least for my case, but that was probably at least back around high school days, probably. Maybe just a little after. I mean, I don't even really remember specifically when it happened. It's the only time I could think of something like that happening, though. I've had people literally, like, drive, like, through puddles and basically just, like, splash the fuck out of me. That shit's definitely most certainly fucking annoying. So be another Discord. I don't go down on her because I'm a king. Me, a peasant, eating that booty. My dick may not be long, but my head game is on point. Balance. But hey, sometimes it ain't about length. Sometimes it is just about that head game. Because sometimes it's all you need. Let's see what time it is. You work today? A little bit. I decided to, just because I left early, because I was sick yesterday, and the other, like, there's no closers, and basically the store director is just letting the China chef, in their case, stay open till 8, and I'm just like, well, that's a little fucked. So, like, the rest of the deli's being closed around, like, 6, and then I was gonna, go in around that time and just, like, help his shit out, so he doesn't have to just do all of his shit by himself. I mean, he, makes a little more money and stuff, and he's fine with that and all that shit, so, I mean, it's not like, the end of the world for him. He doesn't mind too much, but, still, I want to at least, help him out a little bit. Because if he's by himself, I know that customers are still going to show up, and that's just going to prolong the time that he needs to fucking finish his shit, and, yeah. I know how it can be. So, as much as I know he probably wouldn't mind, I know he would definitely appreciate the help a little bit. Plus, I kind of want to make up my hours a little bit anyway, so. It's only like, it literally would only be like, what, fucking, like, 2.5 hours at most, like 3 hours max. Man, I wish I could work without risking my check, as I would. Well, I know at least when it comes to Social Security, like, at least, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but at least I know in Oregon you can work part-time, I think at least up to like 25 hours, something like that, and still have your Social Security. But you have to work, only a certain amount, and if you work over that, then, then you're liable to have it revoked, but at least around here it'd be a little easier to find something that is part-time. Or if you drive, then DoorDash, because I don't think that would have an impact on that. You lose $2 for every dollar you earn working. What the fuck? Should it be the other way around? Like for every dollar, like for every like $2 you earn, you fucking have like $1.50 revoked or some shit. That would make more sense. But what? Yeah, see, that's fucked. Like, you shouldn't have to be dealing with that bullshit. Or yeah, so I think it does vary from state to state, because here it goes by how many hours you work. So if you work over a certain amount, then it would either be cut down significantly or revoked. But if you work like 15 or 20 hours or something, then I think it'll still be fine. But I also don't know everything about Social Security anyway, because I'm not on it myself. So I don't know all the ins and outs. So maybe there is something a little different to it. So I've just been just chilling out there the entire time. Brr. Oh no, you're right there. Oh. I didn't even notice you were right there. You're a little ninja sometimes of how small you are. Socialist Security. I mean, not really, but kinda, I guess. Because, socialism is when government does stuff. I mean, it's basically like one of the most minimal forms of socialism, essentially. Because it is somewhat within the name, but, I mean, it's literally like the most basic form that you can get with it. I know people want to get rid of Social Security to trigger older generations. Well, they're fucking scumbags. Like, that's just fucking shitty. Like, Social Security should be expanded because guess what? They're going to be old too, and by the time they want to, take advantage of it, they're going to realize, oh, we fucked it over when we were younger. Oops. But did they really want to basically be like the boomers? Like, come on. What a bunch of dumbasses. Luckily, I don't know anyone like that. Pretty much everybody I know, even my more conservative-leaning folks, want to at least keep it the same or expand it. Even if it's, like, very little. So, I mean, it's like either, like, for the people that I know, they either want to keep it the same or, they wish they had a little more out of it. Or, have it expanded a little. Or a lot. Like, I never hear, people, at least, my life, or personally, my experience, saying anything against it. Aside the fact that maybe some people might try to exploit that for the people that do, earn it by working hard and blah, 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 and all that shit. But they usually don't target the Social Security itself. They just target the, quote, welfare claims or whatever the fuck, which basically, is part of them saying they want to just keep it the same because then less people take advantage of it in their mind. I'd be okay if everyone getting a Social Security check every month. Yeah, honestly. Oh, wait a minute. That would be a UBI. That's socialism. We can't have that. We can't have that. How are we going to pay for it? We can't have a UBI. We can't just have the government give the handouts left and right. Here. See if it's like one more thing to check out on YouTube real quick. and Captain America sucks. It really does. And it's, like, exceptionally fucking lame. Like, we're not totally purely in that, but oh my god, there's so many fucking people that are groomed into thinking that's such a good idea that they'd rather do it. It's like, what? What? Never underestimate the power of fucking capitalist propaganda when it comes to that shit. I mean, honestly. But anyway, I think I'll let's go good here for a little bit, but come back later tonight and all that fun shit. Because at the very least, I was gonna at least grab myself some food, so I can at least do that while I'm at work. I'm back on like, well, yeah, I'll probably be back. I don't know, at least around 9, maybe, give or take, something like that. Here, I'll someone glass a little bit of this bowl, cash it out and all that shit. Anyway, peace out, and of course, I shall see y'all on that next one, which will be probably very